Hello everyone, welcome to J4JS. So in this particular question, we are going to implement a function called compose function. A compose function takes an array of functions as an argument and then create a single functions by utilizing all the functions. Okay, so I will give you an example so that you can understand it very easily. So here, for example, this is our compose function, right? So it should return another function, but it takes an array of arguments, okay? And these array of arguments are nothing but functions. So for example here, let's say we have a function f1, okay? And let me define this x and then x plus 1 here. And then there is another function called f2. So this is x and 2 multiplied with x, okay? And the output which we are expecting here, so for example, if I pass 4 here, so first here, see, we are passing 4 here, and how this 9 is coming. So this 9 is coming like this, okay? So we create this result and we are going to call this f2 first on the variable 4, okay, on this variable 4, which will give you 2 multiplied by 4 equals to 8. And then again, whatever is the result, we are getting it from our first function, right? Or from this f2 function, we have to pass the same thing into our f1. So again, we are storing this result here, and now we are going to call our f1, and then we are again calling this result. So which is nothing but equivalent to f1 of 8, right? Which increments this, and the result which you got here is 9, okay? So for example, let's say you have 10 functions, okay? So as per the definition, what we want, so let's say we have an array here and we want to call our last function first, okay, with this x parameter, and then get the result, then pass that result into g function, then pass the result into f function, and this loop goes on, okay, until unless we got the final result. So here, if you see, we have this functions array, right? We have this functions array and we have this return function again. So if a function returning function, it means there is a closure. So this x function, sorry, this x variable, let's here, okay, so we should first find out whether our functions are there or not, okay? So we will just see functions.length, which means the array is not empty. Then only we are going to do our operations. Now the next thing is we need to iterate an array, right? So array of functions we are going to iterate. So let's I equals to 0. Now there is a small catch here. This particular question says that you have to call the last function first, and then the second last, and then the first. So it means we have to iterate our array from the reverse side. So for that, we just make a small change here. Instead of starting from 0, we will start from functions dot length minus 1. So this is our first value. Then I should be greater than or equals to 0, and then I minus minus. Okay, so we are iterating our functions array from reverse side. And this x value, okay, this x value, so we can store simply, let's say we can have this value, let result, right? Let's say nothing is here right now, and we can have this result equals to, so we have our functions array, we will pass our I here, and we are going to pass this x, right? We are going to pass this x. But there is a problem here. So what will happen, right? Every time when this function runs, this x value, right? This x value, it will call and it will assign the variable into this result. But for the next time, we want to pass the result onto the next occurrence of this function. So in that scenario, we will just assign this using x. Okay, and here we call our result. So we assigned this result variable with x. So on the first occurrence, we will pass the last function and the value of x, and whatever result we got, we store in this variable. When we come for the next time, okay, we are again passing the result of the first value to the next occurrence of the function, and then loop goes on, and at last we can return with result. Okay. So all our test cases are passed. Of course, we can make this function look smaller, but I have been using the same techniques which we have used in our previous functions, okay, or previous questions. So we start with a variable result, we store this value here, and then we iterate our functions array from reverse side, only with a condition like function array should not be empty, and right here it should not be empty, and then again iterating it, assigning this value result, whatever the value we got, we store it into our result here. So let's submit. Okay, so all our test cases are passed. I hope you understand. Thank you.